right. We're back. We're going to get this going. I know there were a bunch of days there where we had negative reviews, largely for Dune, due to server populations and feedback. I still don't agree with the way the servers work. I think they need to be changed. I don't like the idea of them. Just doesn't work. You basically join a siege and you got 40 people, but there's like 70 people that's there, so you're basically waiting. I expect they did this mostly for like, I think they did this mostly so that way we could get like the expectation that at some point the server player numbers from launch will decrease. That's just going to happen. I don't know why people act like this is something new for games to not maintain, you know, player bases that they have over time, and they can still be healthy with 30, 40, 50,000 players, but not maintain those 100,000 player bases at start. But so I think they did that probably with some expectation, but it's likely to cause some problems overall. But we'll see what they're doing. So, all right, what have we done and what do we need to do is the question. So I did do a lot of exploration around the areas of here. I ended up finding that there's an actual flower sand place that's like really good because it's right off this area right here. You don't even have to go far for it. And the good part about that, thank you, love. The good part about that is you can just kind of keep getting resources from there and it doesn't really hurt anything. So that's really good. So let's take a look at what we need to do here now. Found that place. What I want to do is go back and turn into this contract. And then we have the thing where we need to actually take a look at the Imperial Station. The reason why I don't know whether I still want to join Atreides or whether I want to join Harkonnen. I'm leaning towards joining Harkonnen just because of the numbers, but man, those dudes are a-holes. The next thing is that I did do the Wrecking Crew. What I found out, and I don't remember if it was this way during the beta, but this is actually a semi-PvP area, so you got to be careful for that one. I did unlock some new weapons, and we've got some research stuff that we've done. In that time, there's some new like Skaverslouse still suits and wind trap stuff that I want to get to unlocking, but that's still Agent Path, so we're gonna have to make our way over into the Western Vermilius Gap. We're currently in the Eastern Gap, and I started doing work on my house or my base to bring it more up to the let's see if we can do this, so we could bring it more up here. And this one's just a larger entry place that I want to kind of use for like if we get an ornithopter, when we get an ornithopter, and I want this to just be like one big old you know, like, you get what I'm saying. So we're gonna end up having to basically take a look at this and how we get up from there, and I'm just gonna keep drawing out the base in that way, so you can see how it's basically getting built and overlapped into the area. So it'll fall into this, and then we'll kind of go into this rock cropping. The good thing is that because of this, the basing, you can see that there's more space off to the right here. Am I losing out on spacing? Probably, yeah. There's a little bit of spacing that I could potentially be losing out on because I'm building into the rock cropping, but I just think it's cool, so that's why I did it. So take that for what it is. So all right, so what we want to do is let's get our bike out, and we can make our way over to turning in this quest. So this is where we're headed for that marker. Let's put it over here. These trade posts is on there. All right, it's right there in that direction, pretty far away. Still rebuilding. We'll get to that. I also got into my first, not PvP skirmish, but my first dungeon, I guess is what we'll call them in this game. I tried to keep going for those flower fields that were up there, and it was just a no-go. The funny part is that I watched a group of players try to go for that same flower spice, and they were out there for maybe all of 2 seconds. The Imperial scout ships found them, sent Sardaukar after them, and that was just a hell of a fight, because then they were contending with the Sardaukar, the sandworm. It was funny. That should be the trade post all the way over there, but I don't know about necessarily crossing from here to there. That looks like a death trap. That's quite the distance. And we got a worm crossing right. Whoa. A breach. Why did he breach? I got a bad feeling about this. Right in the drum sand. Check my volume or my game real quick. Let me see this real quick. 1 second. I knew something was off because my volume was way off. Okay. God. Atreides are harkening. Man. I wish you could look up your players' numbers to look at it.
I'm pleased to see you again.
Goodbye. Let's see what he has to say.
Nice to see you again. Never a dull moment when you're about, eh? Nice to see you. As I said, I am Levenbrek Maxim Ka. Success, this is temporary. They say it was my excesses that brought me low. Well said. Fate is something one must strangle into. Have I sated your curiosity in me? That's the trick. I'm never not scheming. But you refer to leisure. I enjoy the occasional Communanet broadcast, particularly the
I can't remember.
mantra. A glorious combination of survival and spectacle. This year's competition is fierce. My wagers are already placed. I may have some inside knowledge. But enough about me. Let us talk of opportunities and success. Success is...
Like, I've read the book, so it's just so hard for me to want to align with the Harkonnens. I'm just gonna give it
Pleased
to
to
him.
see you again. I feared as much. But hand me that report and I'll make sure his sacrifice was not in vain. Let me have a look at that. Ah, I know Maxon's salivating for this report. You made the right choice. Trust is hard in this unscrupulous trade, but you've earned some goodwill. How did you... This is delicate information. Perhaps you have a gift for intelligence work after all. Our deceased agent was on the trail of Lieutenant Teague Skorda, a defector from the Atreides military. Those above may know more about what Skorda was up to, but such need-to-know information rarely trickles this far down the chain of command. What you are is a freelance asset. This insulates the both of us. It also gives you more freedom than someone serving in a more official capacity. As a deniable asset, no one knows your allegiance but me. You're as free or limited to move. Trust accrues slowly in the world of espionage. You'll have to really earn it. In the meantime, you're not officially on the books. That means it's up to me, and me alone,
Good.
to assess your worth and trustworthiness. Let's begin. Let's not waste precious time on menial tasks. I want to give you the opportunity to demonstrate your true quality. We'll begin with combat prowess. Gangs of brutal slavers need a proper lesson taught to them the hard way.
Okay.
I look forward to hearing about your results. I never could stomach slavers.
Neither could I.
Nice to see you again. Never a dull moment when you're about, eh? Such presumption. However, Anton is quick to trust. Count yourself fortunate that we managed to intercept that spy report when he sent it off to his superiors. Your presumption is sweet, but misplaced. But I suspect you'll choke the machine. Are you disposable? Certainly. But being deniable comes with certain freedoms. I trust, yes. More. Always more. The trick is to never be satisfied, and your hungers will take you out of this pit of degenerates. I must get out of this place. I must again deal in skilled agents rather than asset scum. You can help me rise. And that's the beauty of being an undercover and deniable asset. Your movements are unrestricted. You're as likely to get shot or stabbed as anyone else. I always have tasks that need doing. Do them and I will pay you. And we will bide our time to seize further opportunities.
So the other dude just wants me to go find some slavers and fuck them up. This dude's like, he wants me. Jesus
Our target
Christ.
resides near the Atreides fortress. I need something incriminating planted. A false log. Do not distract from your task with questions for now.
It's so funny. All right, let's take a look. Man, I was just here. All right, before we go into the next area, we definitely need to make our way over here to the Imperial testing station. We might actually end up just crossing over because this looks like it's the easiest path to get there instead of trying to go this long route. If I remember correctly, in the beta, I did the long route right here, but I used the booster engine to do that. So let's... Do I have enough rounds? We most certainly need these intel reports, but... And we'll get to those realistically, but let's make our way across the desert floor. Actually, you know what? No, let's go take out these bandit camps. Thought I had a leader. Okay, I do have a leader John of war. All right. So this is great because we can collect this for due. It's not optimal since it's not during the day. I mean, not during the evening. Oh, we get nothing from it. Oh, somebody built a house over here. Jesus, nothing but sun. At first I thought that was somebody's house up there on the top of the hill. I think there's a camp up here. Gotcha, bitch. I did upgrade my backpacks as well, so I've got two 9,000 milliliter blood backs. Okay, so I didn't have to come. I didn't have. That's worked out perfect. I didn't have to actually go over here to kill Karab bandits. Thank God. Let's check out what's over here first before we go in there. Oh, this might be more than I wanted to bite off of. So this looks like this is gonna be an actual cavern. Let's go kill this dude up here because he's got too much of a sight down.
Huh?
Jesus. I keep forgetting to activate that Holtzman shield. Oh wow, it's like right above the freaking camp. Whew. I can hear him, but I don't see him. Damn.
Die! Die! Attack!
Oh, what the hell just happened? Like, I know the vehicles are supposed to be like part of the thing to help your inventory management, but like the weights on some of these things really needs to be re-examined, because we've got like a lot of items that you're collecting and resources, and there's just no way that this is sustainable. Like, I feel like you're making runs back to the base like every 5 seconds. I'm hoping they do something like Once Human, where, you know, there's going to be things to reduce your load or your resources, you know, something like that. Whoa. Nice. I meant to drink that. Nice, but we got that still suit and we got some spice infused iron dust. Lovely. So you can see what I meant about, like, once you get out of the Haga Basin South, it really, I feel like the game did a disservice by showing the Haga Basin South and only really exploring that with people, because I think there's a large group of people that won't really see like how they've diversified what it is that you're doing in the game. All right, so we're going here now. Ganima Cavern. Well worth it. Thank you, Ganima. Now, I'm going to make my way over here, but I'm trying to not utilize my Empress wings but so much because oh shit, because they're almost ready to break. I can hear them. I can't see them. Wow. What is happening with this skill?
Attack!
Like you gotta. Oh, he disappeared. Damn, I didn't get to get the gear from. A very small camp for one of these. Like there wasn't very much resistance to that. Gotta fill up because I'm about to drink my fill. You wanna dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? Bitch. He did not know who he was messing with. That leader John is about to break. I don't know how I didn't realize that before I left my base. Now I like the messed up part is I have too much to make my way to the Imperial station. It's like a camp right below us, it's saying. Nice, simple camp. All right, let's go up here and raid this place. Jesus. Are they outside the range? Nope. So there's two of them down there. I wish I had a disruptor, but I didn't have enough iron ingots or rather water to do it. Works both way, bro. Works both ways. Now you can see, like, the Holtzman shield's not like a... I think a lot of people were worried about the viability of range combat. But when you get like the shotgun, and disruptors and other weapons like that, it doesn't quite become like this. Ooh. Resources.
Brethren, stay away from Jabali fleet. A great mob of House Halil's thrice-damned slavers has descended on the entire region. They're seizing every poor wretch they can lay hands on and dragging them off to the slave pits. I only escaped because I know the foul smell of a slaver better than anyone. I survived 2 years in the Harkonnen slave pits before escaping, and I have the Inkvine scars to prove it. I'll die before I go back, and you would be wise to do the same. Flee or fight, but don't be taken alive.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Oh no. It's not gonna let me do this.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
I was hoping to claim ownership on that vehicle. It had a cedar on it too, but your blade chip. I don't have audio to the game turned on just because I find most games to be toxic. Perhaps the bike will survive. Doubtful. Yeah, doubtful. I wanted it too because I had the extra seat. There's usually a thing here that you could have put. Oh, there it goes. There was just not enough time. I was gonna bring it over here. All right, so you can see the problem that I'm running into already, right? Is that you can't put your gear into your bike and also store your bike. So when you go into something like the, what do you call it, damn zones? When you go into something like the Imperial stations and there's going to be so much fighting, so much gear, that's essentially a bad recipe if you're just going to leave your gear there and you can't stow it away for vehicle backup. And that's what I mean by like the inventory on your person, the number of slots. be the amount of weight that you can have. It's kind of messed up. Oh, look at this. I claim ownership of this, and this has a 2-seater. But why can't I store it? I thought you could store more than one vehicle. No, we don't want to upgrade the vehicle respawn point. But we will make our way to base and store this 2-seater vehicle for sure, for sure. Everybody's like, gotta go. Gotta go, gotta go. Oh, did somebody get caught out there? I think somebody got killed. How's this bike still out there? Oh, that's how he's getting out of there. He's Bendu dashing across. How much spice we get from this so far? I thought we could have got more than that. Ah, he been putting in work. It would be such an issue if he wasn't breaching immediately. All right, don't really look like there's that much spice left to go, so we'll just leave it alone. Whoa! It came right up to that. I'm so nervous about trying to get across here now. But we've harvested spice. This game is so goddamn much fun. Oh, nice. Just in the nick of time. Why is it still saying low fuel? We just refueled it. Now, truthfully, I don't need another vehicle, let alone the two-seater, but helps that I don't have to rebuild the bathroom. So let's see, we can see more information about the vehicle. So it's just scrap, but decay, safe, fuel. So a really cool thing about it, though, I like is that I could essentially give this bike away, you know, just make up my own fleet. And then when you have players, you can just transfer ownership to them. Oh, wow. I finally stored enough water in here to be useful. We didn't get quite as much spice sand as I thought we were going to get, but I'm happy with it. We need that leader John out of here. So we can just research that. Oh, I forgot to drop that off. Where's that damn leader, John? All right, let's go make these deposits into our fuel cells. So that gives us quite a bit for fuel cell management. I mean, we still haven't built a whole lot in here, but now that we've got water, let's see how much iron we can build. We got a lot of iron we can build. Well, I say a lot of iron, but it's not quite a lot of iron. It's just more than I've had. So we'll max out on that. We need this low-grade lubricant. I know that. But we also need these silicon blocks. Silicon blocks. I don't want to craft 100. Let's go with 25 of these for now. All right, we should be good with those. I want to recycle this. What? Oh, I'm at the wrong goddamn thing. I'm at the repair station. Let's see what we can craft over here now. All right, so we've got items we can craft. This is gonna give, oh, that's nice heat protection. This is copper and micro. We do need a new one, so let's craft that one. We still don't have enough, and I need to do this one because I need there's a journey for this one to basically craft it, but I don't have enough mechanical parts still. I've used the standard sword and it was quite fun to play compared to the knives, the blades, daggers, but yeah. We have no more prints for that one. Do I still have the survey launch probe on me? The reason why I'm asking that is because we're about to cross. What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. we need to make another one because we're about to cross into territory to make our way over to the whatchamacallit. There we go. The hell was that? So now we got 2 bikes. That's not what I was trying to do. So we can finally make that improved blood purifier, which is what I wanted to do. There we go. So this one can hold 8,000 milliliters. And these two, wait, that's a circuit. 1,000 milliliters is the water capacity on this one. What's this one then? I'm confused. Why is it still saying 1,000? Oh, I was just doing it quicker. All right, we're at 52. We've got our new leader, John, that has 1,500 in it. This one has 1,000. We'll use this one up more than likely, and then this is gonna probably break, or we'll just get rid of it. I think we'll just get rid of it. But I want to have this probe on me, even though it's gonna weigh a little bit, because the path that I want to go to cross is gonna, I hope I can do this, is, can I go into the Haga Rift right now? Is to go the rift and then this way. Let's see if I can. We'll live and we'll learn. Because I can tell you that's going to be a hard crossing. Need to go and do this stuff too. But for now, let's go this way. Oops. A lot of breaches. So this is what I wanted to do with mine. You see how his base already has like those pincer places. So I want to put like those so that way you can then just kind of run through and enter those. Nice little design he's got going there. Holy Jesus. If there's a wall, we're fucked. I don't think this is gonna allow me to do. Yeah. So we're gonna have to get those. But what I can do while I'm here is get a probe up of this area. All I could think about seeing that is the Chronicles of Riddick. There's no ledges or cliff sides for that. Oh, look at that. Whoa, what the hell? Let's see if the probe can work from this height. Oh, no, we need to go higher. There's just like no holds for that whatsoever there. What the hell? So there we go. So we've surveyed the rift. So now we can see that whole section of Haga Rift. And then we've got Jabal Ifrit Al Janub. I can't say that. Right next to us here, so that's good. But what we want to make our way over to this Imperial Station. That's why we came. So that was the important part of this. Wasn't necessarily get this. This is a good to have. So we've unlocked that area. We can see what's going on. We can then come back for Jabal. But for now, we want to make our way over to this Imperial Station. So let's put a marker. We already have a marker down. It's that way, 845 meters. How did I get up here? I've totally whiffed on that. Whoa. No more croppings to go to. And we are not fucking around with them. Pretty sure that's a Harkonnen base. Yeah, that we're running from. Okay. All right, so the easiest crossing is going to be between these two spots. So we're going to make our way over here and then we'll cross over to the Imperial Station. So let's do that. We can change this from tracking. Ooh. Can't pass this up, unfortunately. Now, during the beta, that area to our north was blocked out, if I remember correctly. Oh shit. I think people have been here because if memory serves me correctly, there should have been some guys out here. But let's go do our thing. So we need to go explore the Imperial testing station. This was a hard station, I guess, during the beta. We'll see what it is here. Like, there were a lot of people here, and I was playing as a Mentat, so I don't mean like a lot of people, but a lot of enemies down here. And I was playing as a Mentat, and I had none of the skills of the Bene Gesserit. And I would be lying to you if I said that I didn't really find the Sentry Cannon all that useful, because a lot of the enemies just kind of walked right by it.
Welcome to Imperial Desert Botanical Testing Station number 10. I am Dr. Silas Graylish, director of this facility. Our goal here at DBTS-10 is to find and develop flora which can flourish in the iron-rich soils of this corner of Arrakis. Our initial focus is the introduction of Velvetia, ephedra, and alloydendron species, which we deem the most likely adapters. But within these protected walls, we will
What is that? It appears there may be a group of people in here already, because I'm not finding people, or I know some of these areas were populated already.
Attention, all of you. Yesterday in Harkov village, Christoph referred to me as Imambrecht Healer. How hard can it be to remember this simple rule? No military title. We take a risk every time we need to enter settlement. A slip-up like this could easily be the death of us all. Make sure every one of you hears this message and understand it. Kristall will not be returning to us. There will be an auction for his gear.
Yeah, I don't remember it being this empty, so I'm assuming somebody came down here in front of me. So we're getting the benefits of somebody going ahead of us, but yep. So I don't know how to perceive this as a problem.
Quand tu vas aller en l'enclume, tu vas pouvoir. À un moment donné, je me suis trompé, j'ai pris l'hélicoptère. Il y a comme quelqu'un qui peut te transporter. Tu vas aller dans deux autres villes hors map, genre la maison des intrigues, la vente.
So there's two guys in here. French guys.
Non. Oh, du bon stock, du bon stock. C'est d'autres choses. Il y a ça. Il y a ça. Pour alimenter tout ce qu'on a, ça me prend 3 générateurs, puis bientôt ça va en prendre 4.
It's clear we need more people with mechanical expertise if we are to meet the quotas set by our new bosses. We have too many here who can't handle anything more complicated than trigger. They can be our field men and our muscle, but we need skilled hands. So you and I will need to do some recruiting. There are plenty like us who have chosen to leave the service of the great houses. We must find those among them with vehicle maintenance experience. That includes former Atreides troopers. Yes, I know. Bad blood. But we have more in common.
Killer, here are this week's notes from our market contacts. Working anti-dust filtration systems are in high demand in Erekine. Those from one-man ground cars are valuable, but larger units from sealed system ground cars and ornithopters will fetch the best prices. Stick to Chome's standard models, since custom fabricated units are becoming too easy to trace. The dealers won't touch them. Make sure our acquisition agents are aware of this. The market for scrap metal is nearly glutted because of competition from scavengers in the Hogger Basin. But there is still a strong market for copper, aluminum, and plasteel components. It'll be worth our effort to break down larger mechanisms to acquire those materials. Do not forget to pass on last week's tallies as soon as you've completed them.
I ran through this whole place by myself when I did it. And it was definitely...
It's an outrage. An academic outrage. Our work has barely begun here, and the
hard. I guess they don't care.
Oh, my friend is.
They put in work to get to those two dudes, cause I can tell you right now, it took
Ouais,
me.
je suis là. Hello? Ouais. Y'a un autre dude là, c'est qui lui? Ah, c'est le boss, ça se tire!
Non. Ok.
Ah, c'est un autre joueur!
Man, j'avais peur que tu sois comme tourné genre à l'autre bout.
Alors. Ah, les gars, c'est
Ouais,
français.
le boss.
Yeah.
T'es français, toi? Tu parles québécois?
T'es pas québécois. Peut-être français. Ben, t'es peu, ouais. Peut-être. Appuie sur V pour parler.
Tu vois, le gars, il a pas de micro pantoute, man, en 2025.
Hey man, le dude m'a grillé, man. Il parle en anglais.
Follow us for the boss.
Follow me, man. Let's go.
On n'a pas rien looté, par exemple, mon loot.
Moi, j'ai pas tout perdu.
We're finally getting some sort of order up on the shop floor. The men are generally meatheads, but they're learning. We've really been hampered by the crappy state of our tools, though. Those scavengers that we evicted may have been content to use this junk, but we'd do a lot better if we could upgrade our cutters and power packs. These are constantly malfunctioning, so their full downtime are obscene. The men are idle too often, and that's not good for this branch.
Boss, lui!
Non.
Même pas?
Non.
Il est où?
Là, t'es l'autre bord, là.
I cannot remember when last I even had to speak French, and I used to be very fluent in French.
Ouais, t'es arrivé du skateboard, nous autres?
Je sais pas.
Water.
Ça doit être ici. Oh man, j'ai trouvé un turbo de moto, man.
Attention, all of you. I know
oh, big guy.
With the dating of our friend Cedar, who was bold enough to steal a battle tank from under the very noses of a trading troopers. Stealing aging ground guards and tractors from the peons for grounding. A fan is one thing, but this takes more bordering on the legendary. I am duly impressed. So impressed that I will overlook the equally high degree of stupidity Cedar has shown with this act. It is not in our interest to risk the wrath of powers that have set a price on our heads. No one listens to the complaints of the peons. These are our targets, not the great houses. We deal in civilian vehicles only. Dangers of all.
I find this cool that we could all meet up and we can like play together. It's pretty damn cool.
Oh. C'est pas moi, ça va m'en demander de revenir ici?
Ouais. Ben, si t'acceptes une quête secondaire, sinon non. Oh, boss.
Ah, ok.
Boss. Boss dead.
I didn't realize you could do damage to your teammates.
Nice. Good that thing.
Hey, un moteur, man, très rapide. That's it?
Right, that's it.
Thank
you,
The Tyrell sends greetings.
Lord.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man.
Lord.
Shit.
Lord.
Again? What's again?
For instance,
What the hell?
we know that you and your band of deserters recently ousted a gang of
Another loot. Nice.
testing stations in the Vermilius Gap. Congratulations. I'm certain that the station will make a fine hiding place for former soldiers such as yourselves. But there is a small problem. You see, those thieves were in our employ.
C'est le meilleur.
They acquired
ça, man.
vehicles and broke them down before passing the components
Yeah.
on to our brokers.
Ah, je suis plein, man.
Ordinarily,
Non, je suis plein.
such a
I'm gonna have to
loss
drop
would burden the
items.
energy of my organization. Something I can assure you, you do not.
Ah, moi, faut que je fasse des affaires.
But to be perfectly candid, our former agents were less efficient in their tasks than we.
Non, j'ai tout, mais je suis full.
Therefore, I would like to propose a deal which I am certain both sides will find beneficial. You and your followers will take over the task of acquiring vehicles and breaking them down for us.
Jesus.
If you meet agreed upon quotas, you are welcome to occupy our
Let's
valuable
go.
property. I'm certain you can see the benefits of becoming our agents. If not, I'm also certain that your former employers would be happy to learn of your current whereabouts.
Ouais, la fois, j'ai accepté une quête secondaire là, au marché des
Ok,
quêtes.
c'est une quête secondaire, c'est pas.
Oh no.
Non. Ouais.
I can't leave. We're gonna have to drop some stuff. Oh, there it goes. So now you can see the problem here is that joining them was fine, but they've already probably killed Ina Miller. And I have not. So I'm essentially gonna have to run through this whole loop again. And that kind of sucks. But all right. So the question is, what do we do here? Because we are way down extremely in terms of slots. And this is the problem that I find with this, right? Is that there's not enough slots for this stuff. Like, we can probably get rid of a lot of these items, but like we want to keep those for sure. The parts. This leader John we can get rid of. I can't really do anything with the carbon ore, so we can drop that. Bloodshot buggy engine. Nice. You know, we're gonna pick up this carbon ore. Now, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back and then come back here to Ina Miller, because even though I've made my way down in here, realizing that that's 2 people that it took to basically go through this Imperial testing station, it's probably gonna take me more ammo to get through that by myself solo. You thought your water was mine. Lot to do here. I want to go kill this dude for shooting at me.
Shield on.
All right. So there we go. We got that. Let's find our bike now. Somebody left their bike out. The question then becomes if we're gonna want to move bases later. All right, so let's research that schematic. So we've got a lot of Holtzmans, a lot of Leap suspensor belts. We did get some silicon box, some vehicle parts, our new leader John. Quite a bit we captured out there. Let's take a look. We are maxed out on water. This is good. Maxed out. So we can extract water from this. And let's see about our cistern. Our cistern's maxed out too. We're gonna salvage these items here. Let's go recycle some of these items. No, we're not gonna. Nice, we got a generator out of it. All right. What are we holding that's so heavy? Oh, this item. All right, where are we gonna put that? Nice. No light armor. No heat projection really for it. 0.2. I mean, that's the same as what we have. Armor value 62 though, so that's pretty decent. I don't know that we have anything necessarily to research. Let's see. We need this damn thing, that's for sure. So let's take a look at our water. All of these, unfortunately, they're still ingot places, and we would have to, I think we have to make our way west to do that one. But before I wanted to go, I wanted to complete the Imperial station there. So you can even see these are like aluminum products. We can't do much with those. Yeah, these are all steel products. Those are all steel products as well. Steel, cobalt paste. We do need to get to these. Let's research that just because we don't really need it, but... Ah! You gotta get to the fucking 7 trial to do that one. Where do we go from here? That's the question. Don't need that. we are going to need to do this. Oh, I keep forgetting that we got to purchase these decorations. All right, this is what we're gonna do. I need to figure this stuff. What I want to do next. I'm worried about doing that specific place, the testing station, the Imperial station. But we were able to loot a lot of items from there, so I don't necessarily feel a need to just go back right now. What I want to do is really make my way west to go to the third trial, so that way I can unlock more of the game. And I think that's what I'm going to do next, instead of going back to the Imperial testing station. But I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I'll be right back. All right, so we're back, but so what I decided I'm gonna do is running these missions solo is carrying its own weight, I guess to say. Yeah, it's running, it's like it's harder for me to run solo and do these things, so I'm gonna have to start doing some, I guess the best way to say it is making some decisions to be able to progress into this, so that way I can have items to basically come back to. So what I want to do is I'm gonna grab a bunch of items, or make some more some more darts. Let's see, we'll go with 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Yeah, we'll go with 10. And I'll put us right around 1,000. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the third trial. The reason why I want to do the third trial specifically is I want to progress the story, especially to get more abilities as we go in. So I want to be able to do that. Now, the one thing is that to access the third trial, we're going to have to go to the desert. And that's going to be in Western Vermilion. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Western Vermilion, so it's going to be pretty deep into the desert, but I want to just make my way completely there. So before we do that, we're going to need the probe again. So this is where we're just going to I'm going to use the rest of this time to just kind of move about. So let's get our probe. Where are we? There we go. So we're gonna make 2 of these. And what we also are gonna need is the Mark II cutter array. There we go, this one. So let's craft that one as well. So the reason why we need this cutter array... Wait, is it the Mark II cutter array? Wait. Cancel that. Wait, this one gets us carbon and aetheryte. Let's grab these. Let's grab these. Let me go and... Let's take a look at this research real quick. Improvised cutter array, that's the Mark I. Then we got the cutter array Mark II. This gets us oh. No, we're just gonna make it. Because we know we're gonna need this for carbon anyways, so... But I think that's the highest one we have is the cutter array Mark II. I don't know why I'm hearing that music and all I can think about is Riddick. So we're going to equip that one because we no longer need this one because this one's not strong enough to do anything for us outside of... it's no longer strong enough for us to do anything with it, essentially, outside of iron. Because I'm not going to store anything, I'm going to take this bike with me instead. 6, 7. Let me make sure that I can actually store this bike. Okay, cool. I can. All right. So we're gonna go to the desert, but we're gonna make this our initial part of our journey. Because where we're essentially going is in this area, and we're gonna make our way somewhat about here, probably. I think it is. Yeah, somewhere in this vicinity right there. So we're gonna go there real quick. Oh, this dude built his base pretty quick, close to me. So that's that spice flower sand right there that I was talking about. Oh shit. Alright, so this is gonna be our crossing right here. So we're trying to go somewhat in this region right about here. So what we want to do is we want to get to a high point. That looks like a pretty good high point right. Oh. So today's gonna be exploration. That's what we're doing. That's what we're focused on right now. Get powerful, get explored. Let's drink some water. Okay, that gets about half. Good to go. 1. I'm not sure why he's not building into the wall, but... Shit. Whew. This actually looks like the highest peak here. Ah, I was a little far off. So this is where we're trying to make it. Here. That's going to be quite the passing. Let's see. I don't know what the gap from here to here is going to be, but this definitely looks like the larger of the two gaps. So I think what we'll do is we'll just make our way here towards this Imperial station. Whew. It's always fun making your way down these cliff sides.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Oh shit. I'm not making that. Oh.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Reveal yourself. Where's backup?
It was not my intent to come down here, but
Don't shoot, don't shoot. I'm unarmed and... Oh, it's you. My erstwhile apprentice. Keep your voice down, please. I'm still trying to complete my audit, but
how did we meet this dude again?
Continue to mount. The Cho mercenaries up top sneered at my imperial seal, but they let me pass. But as soon as I went inside, so I retreated, and I've been here considering my options. Until you showed up, I'm just remembering how competent a certain somebody was back at testing station number 2. Maybe we can revisit. Here's what I'm proposing. You get inside the testing station and, just like last time, find me that in return, I'll teach you some more about the practical applications of planetology and ecological systems. Deal? Once again, I am in your debt. I'll Wait here then? Shall I?
So you can see what I meant with that one specifically.
The contracts have all been signed and certified, Captain.
Talking about like having to
passed on through CHOAM channels. Operation is costing me a fortune, so I expect quick results. My agents have located the hideout of the Kirab who hijacked our water transport. Your force is to punish the bandits and recover what water you can. Remember, any necessary correspondence is to come directly to me, not anyone else at the Guild.
Typically about what I mean about like being out in the desert and not having a Salido projector. A lot of bodies. Might as well loot them while we can. Like, it's probably a good idea to just like we'll come back to clearing that out. We're really trying to make our way here. You know what? Yeah, this is gonna be the easier way to go that way. About having that Salido projector to be able to even just put down a base like that would have been really helpful in that situation, and not having to run inside there. Now you can use caves too, so if you have like the caves marked, you can go hide in a cave and wait it out. Let's see if we can get in position to ride right between those. So we gotta go get more carbon so that way you can make carbon and steel. Carbon, I think steel ingots to make copper, carbon, and steel, I think is what it is. All right, let's do this. That all looks red. The moon looks pretty. Looks like it's gotta be in there. Mother sucker. Put it in his head and drilled it in. Where do we go right now to get this spice dust?
Another altar destroyed by the Emperor's zealous dogs. So much wasted in the pursuit of this pogrom. So much lost. This altar seemed to depict Fremen being separated from their families. Enslaved? I could only decipher a few words. Slave cribs, Hajj, and oddly enough, the name of a planet. Bela Tigise.
So Bela Tigise, they, it is what I thought it was. So what we're being led through with all of the trials, is like a story about the Zenzusi, so, or the Fremen, like the migration of those. So it's weird when you talk about the Fremen because its direct teachings would go back to Islam. So it would be like Sunni Islam. So think about if you had like the Near East or the Far East and the Arabic continents mix, and that's what you would get with the Fremen. So like a mixture of like Taoist, Confucianist, Buddhist, and then Islam would be inside there, and that's what you get for the Fremen people. And then those people were forced to migrate to all of these different planets as they went on. So Bela Tigise was another one of those homeworlds. So pretty interesting that's the story. They've done a lot of homework to be able to go into that lore. That's just a simple God's the honest truth, because even as someone who's read a lot of the books, the mention of that type of stuff is it's not something that you're just gonna come with. So it's pretty interesting that they did that. So we got the tip. So you can see all of those areas. We're not going to go do another Imperial station, but what I was hoping is that there was going to be some more things unlocked. But it looks like we're going to end up having to create some still Igants. This doesn't get unlocked until we get to the 7th. It's the 7th actual of the actual world of the the places. And so we've got to go locate the 4th one, but the 4th trial, I don't know where that one is. The first trial was Haga, second trial was there, west trial was in, third trial was in Vamusi, or here, western. The 4th trial, where's the 5th trial? Where's the 4th trial? I think the 4th trial is like, I think that's like, this map is way larger than I think people give credit for. But if you were to say we're in eastern, right now, that 4th trial would be like up here. Somewhere in this region, like we got to go back over here to unlock this area. Then we would be getting to like this area over here, and I think like the 4th trial somewhere up in this area. We're gonna have to play it out. So what I want to do though is I'm gonna be doing quite a bit of exploring now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna explore, and I think one of the things that I want to do immediately is to go get some steel Igants and start working on that. So I'm gonna end the stream here. We're gonna probably do that. I'll probably record some video and put that up so that way you can see. I'm trying to give you guys like a good layout of like what the game has to offer, what's coming, what you should be expecting, and give you guys pieces to that so you can see there's a whole lot that's going on, and there's a whole lot that's evolving in terms of the way you play the game, which I find to be quite interesting in and of itself. So let me know what you guys think about it. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Until next time, guys. Peace.